Want to play? Yeah. Go for it. Live from the Grey Eagle in Asheville, the Pearl of Carolina, it's the Travis Book Happy Hour. With special guests Mike Guggino and Barrett Smith. Plus the Happy Hour House Band featuring Barrett Smith and Mike Guggino. And of course, your host, Travis Book. All right. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, everybody. And thank you, Mike. And thank you, Barrett.
Thank you, Travis.
Thanks for having us. Hope everyone's doing well out there. This is the Travis Book Happy Hour. This thing on. Guitar tech. Guitar tech. It should be this one. Like that's a bad connection. So, off to a great start here for episode 6. Are you feeling it? I'll just go ahead and talk for a minute then. I mean, it has been, because I was planning on talking anyway. That's an inevitable part of this whole thing. Man, it has been. This is just such a crazy time to be alive. I mean, and I know it's really upsetting for a lot of people. I find it to just be infinitely fascinating. It's endlessly fascinating. It's incredible. And I know some people are kept up at night, but I like to think that, we are just we're living on the cusp of some sort of, I mean, what will history say about this moment? And what will this all look like in 20 years, 30 years? I mean, what a strange time to be alive. But, a lot of reason to be grateful. We have smartphones and Netflix and stuff like that, and we have Facebook. I mean, it's just It's incredible. There's this vast, this vast span of human history, and here we are, and there's this like super small sliver of it. And when I think, like, even what things were like when I was born, what things like my mother just moved in with me, and like what were things like when my mom, like the 50s, seems so. It's just incredible how fast things are moving, and I do feel grateful to be alive, in spite of it all. Should I try a different table? It worked before. I do appreciate your patience. We did sound check and, leave it to 2020. It's a very 2020 moment right now. We thought we had it. We did not have it. I had a bad chord, apparently. It was my fault. I got this. I'll take responsibility. All right, I'll play you some music now. Hey, once again, thanks so much for being here. Those of you streaming at home, hope you're safe, hope you're happy. Hope you're not lonely. Join us for a couple hours here. Always thought that you would fly, sail away, learn to ride. Waiting on a change in time. Take a train and catch a flight. Go ahead and it'll be alright. No one that you go it to. You'll do what you want to do. Start the car and leave tonight. Go ahead and it'll be alright. I'll still be here and it'll be alright. Drive out past the city lights, watch the dead turn into night. You'll be feeling better by midnight. A winding road will make it right. Go ahead and it'll be alright. What is past is done. No use holding on, don't look back. That old house is gone, grounded, rested on. Turn out that light and don't look back, it'll be alright. You better take your chances when they come. Don't wait for something, no, someone. You hate to miss a chance at life. So go ahead and it'll be alright. I'll still be here, but it'll be alright. Hey, thanks. Song I made up there, that's a song of hope. You know, every episode we try to have something to orient ourselves, you know, because it could really be anything up here, you know. And so I texted the guys and I said, you know, one word theme, and they came back with hope, which I thought was so great, because hope is about my favorite thing. I'm full of it. Hopelessly hopeful. And And so that, that song, that last song I played, It'll Be All Right, is a hopeful tune. There's another song I've been really into lately. A song by a guy named Jason Isbell. I don't know if you've heard of him. He's kind of a big deal. So I'll do you my version of a song of his called Hope the High Road. I used to think that this was my time. What a stupid thing to think. I hear you fighting off a breakdown. I myself am on the brink. I used to wanna be a real man. I don't know what that even means. Now I just want you in my arms again, and we can search each other's dreams. I know you're tired and you ain't sleeping well, uninspired and likely mad as hell. Wherever you are, hope the high road leads you home again. Heard enough of the white man's blues, sang enough about myself. So if you're looking for some bad news, you can find it somewhere else. Last year was a son of a bitch for nearly everyone we know. But I ain't fighting with you down in the ditch. I'll meet you up here on the road. I know you're tired and you ain't sleeping well, uninspired and likely mad as hell. Wherever you are, hope the high road leads you home again, to the world you want to live in. Tired, you ain't sleeping well, uninspired and likely mad as hell. Wherever you are, hope the high road leads you home again, the world you want to live in. Yeah. So that song, my favorite part of that song is that is when he says I'm not fighting with you down in the deep ditch. I'll meet you up on the road. And I feel like, you may not know this song's got a bridge. It's a really cool bridge, but I don't play the bridge because this is how the bridge goes. The bridge goes, we'll ride the ship down, dumping buckets overboard. There can't be more of them than us. There can't be more. Which is, I feel like is a nice sentiment, right? Except that I also feel like that perspective, that us and them perspective, is stuck on a plane of awareness it's like trying to see over the countertop, and you can't quite see over the countertop. And that us and them obsession that we have is a myth, because ultimately, no matter how you look at it, ultimately we are all one. And when you look and you see the other and you identify things in the other that you don't agree with, what you're really seeing is a mirror of yourself. And I think for a lot of people, it's really hard to see people in power who behave in ways that we don't appreciate. Specifically, one person. But not to get political, this happens across all political parties. This happens even in your own neighborhoods and in your own relationships. The idea that there is an other that is separate from you. So I skip that bridge. I just don't do the bridge because I'm not into that. So I'll play another song here, and then we'll get to the monologue. We'll get to the interview section. Now that my guitar works, I'll play another one. Most of what I'm really interested in life is what I refer to as matters of being, like understanding not necessarily like why we're here, but what we're gonna do while we're here. To me, there doesn't seem to be anything more interesting than that. What to do. Frankly, I don't care at all about what happens to me after I'm dead. I'm much more interested in what do I do today? Where do I go from here? And how do I orient myself relative to everything that's happening around me. And that's a little bit about what this song that I wrote is about. I was lost on a road trip to nowhere, broken blacktop back roads on the dark side of the moon. Then he appeared like some kind of apparition, like a ghost or a magician from out of the blue. He said, long and lonesome road, traveling on. Don't know where you're going or where you come from. I got no reason to worry. Life goes on. Just gotta love yourself. You're gonna love someone. If you're gonna love someone. And I woke up from the dream I'd been dreaming. Sunlight was streaming into the room. Yeah, things had changed. Felt like something had shifted, like a weight had been lifted, and not a moment too soon. I said, it's a long and lonesome road, traveling on. Don't know where you're going or where you come from. Got no reason to worry. Life goes on. Just gotta love yourself. Gonna love someone. If you're gonna love someone. I was scared, had my senses deceive me. Would my friends believe me? Think I'd gone mad. So I stood still and I let go of the seeking till I heard a voice speaking from beyond the blue. It's a long and lonesome road, traveling on. Don't know where you're going or where you come from. Got no reason to worry. Life goes on. But you gotta love yourself. Gonna love someone. If you're gonna love someone, yeah, you're gonna love someone. Thank you. Thank you very much. We'll now pause for a short break and a word from our sponsors. Tonight's episode is brought to you by Thompson Guitars. Hand-built with love in Sisters, Oregon, Preston Thompson Guitars pay tribute to the best American-made instruments from the 30s. Master guitar luthier Preston Thompson and his small team of highly skilled craftsmen produce custom acoustic guitars that have the look, playing feel, and above all, the sound of the best instruments from that original golden era of guitar making. Tonight's episode is also brought to you by you and your donations at Venmo, Travis Book, or paypal.me/TravisBook1. All proceeds go toward covering our costs here at the Travis Book Happy Hour, live from the Gray Eagle. All right, welcome back. That was nice. Was that the 8th of January?
Yeah, that's appropriate, right? Isn't it? Oh, wait. Sorry. Shit.
Hey, so please welcome to the stage Mike Guggino, Barrett Smith.
Thank you.
They are members of the Steep Canyon Rangers, among other things. We'll get into that. I got questions for you guys. Man, I'm so grateful you guys agreed to do this with me.
We're glad to be here.
Absolutely.
We don't have much going on these days.
That is true. That doesn't make you special, buddy, let me tell you.
I tell you.
None of us have a whole lot going on. Speaking of which, what have you guys been up to?
Band-wise or personally?
I'm kind of more interested in, like, personally. What have you been doing with yourselves? What have you been doing with your early retirement?
Well, yeah, we were talking about this. Sometimes it feels like we've just retired.
It's
kind of temporarily.
It's kind of sweet.
But not always in a good way.
No, you're right.
But,
you're right.
But you know, Barrett and I both are married. We've got kids, so spending time at home with our families has been good because we're busy, and I haven't been home this much in 20 years, and that's no joke. And that feels good. And so I've been cooking a lot, and I always joke that the yard has never looked better.
Your yard looks fantastic.
Thanks, man.
I ride by it on my way to drop the kids off at school, and it looks great. It really does. You should be proud of that.
Thanks.
That's very dad of you, actually, having such a
I'm
good
so dad these days.
So I wanted, we've known each other for a little while. You and I were talking last night about how we crossed paths in Durango, Colorado a couple of times.
Yes.
You had some funny things to say about me.
Yeah, the first time I met Travis, the band was in Durango playing the Durango Bluegrass Meltdown. This was like, oh my gosh, 2001 or 2 or
Probably 2.
Yeah.
Could have been 3, but it was a long time ago.
And we must have been, 12 or 13 at the time?
I mean, we were
so young then.
We weren't allowed in the bars, that's for sure.
No, but we finished. It's an indoor festival. They have it in venues all over town. And then they have late night music at the bars and things. And I remember we had played our set and we were coming in to catch a local band playing. And I remember going in and there was this guy playing bass and singing his butt off, and he had hair like way down to here and a big beard like this, and it was Travis. And I was like, man, where'd they find this guy? I mean,
that guy is not presentable.
He was. Well, then you said that you ran into us before that, and I don't even remember that.
Well, it's because when people that looked like I did come up to you on the street, you avoid them. I did. I met them right when I was getting hip to bluegrass. I met them. The Steeps were busking outside of a coffee shop, probably 2001, 2002, busking outside a coffee shop, and I was like, hey, you guys want to come? Like, I've got a place you can stay. You can come hang out at my house. And they were like, yeah, no, I'll see you later.
No thanks.
But we did cross paths then. Barrett, when did we meet? We've known each other forever.
We have. I was just trying to place it. My earliest memory is you and me swaying and unsuccessfully taking turns singing baritone to Robert Greer in a bluegrass jam
Awesome.
Yeah, it sounds beautiful.
Sounds great. Yeah.
In the campground of some festival in Colorado. But as we swayed and baritoned, it was not our first meeting. But that was probably in 2007, 8, maybe.
Yeah. I know.
But we knew each other.
I know you played with Shannon Whitworth for a while.
Mm-hmm.
You played in Town Mountain. You're now in the Steep Canyon Rangers. But my favorite thing to talk about is your solo guitar record.
Oh yeah.
And I won't be quite as forthcoming as I was last night with how that record makes me feel. There's 2 people who know exactly what I'm talking about because they were there last night. But it really is amazing music. I mean, you've been making really great music for a really long time.
You don't have to be ashamed of how you feel. No, hey, I'm just kidding. I really appreciate that because I don't hear it. It was a long time ago when I recorded that, but I'm so proud of that album.
You
and
should
then
be.
when
It's
somebody
incredible.
brings it up, I think, oh man, you heard it.
What's really funny, there's a funny aside. I was talking with my friend Ryan who was at the show last night. I was talking to him after the show, and he said about 5 minutes before I told my story about how I fell in love with you by listening to your record, he was literally telling his wife, having the same awkward conversation with his wife about how the same thing had happened to him. He discovered your record years ago and was like, what is this? And pretty soon he was like, oh my God, who is this man? I gotta meet this guy.
Yeah, heartbreaker.
So your music has that effect on at least these two guys.
Well, incidentally, there's a screaming deal right now on Barrett Smith's solo guitar. I got about 7,000 compact discs in my basement.
Yeah.
And listen, they can be yours you can just come take them, actually. I don't even know where you play those things anymore.
Seriously, how can they get a hold of you? Because everyone should have that record, and if you've got extra ones, you should get them to people, because it's so good.
Yeah, thanks. I think it's on Spotify.
Oh,
for
well,
one
never
thing.
mind. Don't buy those CDs then.
Yeah, I mean, for one thing. Really the place to get it is to come knock on my door. Live over in West Asheville, down from the Universal Joint, and just go down Vermont and yell my name really loud, and I'll come trotting out in my sweatpants.
Hand delivered.
And give you a CD. That's
Hand
how
delivered.
it works.
I love that record, man. I love it's fun that like here we are, 15 years ago there we were, and here we are, and not that much has changed, but I mean, I think we look a little better and we're a little smarter.
You look a lot better.
Dude, it didn't take much, shave and a haircut. So I'm curious, we talk about hope. What brings you guys hope? What makes you hopeful these days?
Oh, man, what makes you hopeful these days? What makes me hopeful these days is the idea of the spring of 2021. Yeah. The spring of all springs. Picture it.
Ooh, that's nice.
Picture it.
That's going to be a mega emergence.
It's going to be a mega emergence. There will be vaccines hanging from trees like fruit and
IV bags?
Yeah, and I probably just won't even read the news anymore. It's just like, whatever, they got it handled.
Dude, you can stop reading the news today.
That's a great idea.
I know people who've done it. They're the happiest people I know.
Yeah.
What about you, man? What gives you hope?
I think one of the good things about the situation we're all in is it's made everybody kind of pull back and realize what is important in your life. Who's important, the things that make you happy. It's not always about money and go and this. And I think we're going to shed some fat, is what I think.
Amen.
I think we're going to trim it off a little bit.
Amen, brother.
Yeah.
I think you're right.
I hope so. I hope we don't just go back, oh, I miss this so much, just going a million miles. And,
Yeah, man. Yeah.
And I don't mean like you shouldn't work hard and work a bunch, but, things like cooking a meal with your family is really cool, or just like sitting outside. Everybody's sitting outside on their lawns with their neighbors now. And why didn't we do that before? Still, it's a great idea without a pandemic.
Yeah, the American dream is kind of tilted a little off axis. It's a nice idea.
Slow down.
But the
Slow
application of the American dream it's not always pretty. So it is a good time to slow down. What do you guys do to like, I mean, this may be too heady for you, but like, what do you guys do to stay like centered or stay connected to the source, or like, what do you do to give you purpose to wake up in the morning? Like, what do you do? What orients you?
Well, it takes some effort, doesn't it? That's not what the world is telling you to do, So, there are like 3 different ridiculous, inappropriate, smart-ass answers that are going through my head right now, and I'm really struggling not to say them, but they're pretty bad, so I'm not going to say them. But with me personally, take a breath, like this. And it works every time. At least a little bit.
Yes,
That's me,
it does.
yeah.
I thought you were going to go. That's what maybe that was one of your inappropriate answers.
Yeah, I mean, I think like staying calm sort of like lowering the temperature, lowering the anxiety, anything that we can do to sort of collectively do that. That's one thing that I really appreciate about both of you guys, is you guys know how to keep it chill.
We are the chill guys in the Steve Cannon Rangers,
Oh my
for
God.
sure.
You guys are like, you guys are like some of the chillest cats I know.
We're the quiet guys, for sure.
You think? Me?
Yeah, you.
Oh, cool, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah,
Appreciate that.
You, Barrett.
Well, your energy's calm at least.
Yeah.
That's what I
yeah,
mean.
yeah.
All right, here's another fun question. What are you afraid of?
Heights?
Yeah, that's legit.
I mean, not like, like getting in an airplane, but, you get way up high in a tree.
A little vertigo?
You get a little edge of you go hiking, you get on one of those rock cliffs, and it makes me a little nervous.
Sure.
Yeah. I don't think about it a lot, but
You don't like worry about.
I don't like worry about
Heights.
heights too much. But a funny story is it's kind of funny because everything worked out okay, but my son is about to be 11, and one of his friends came over, and they climbed the biggest tree in our yard, and it was him and it was actually two friends, and my son and his other brother. They got up and then they got down, and then the one kid who'd never climbed the tree got stuck and he just shut down and was terrified. And I was like, oh gosh, I've got to go get him. And then I can't make this up. It started dumping rain all of a sudden. And I'm like
Kids up in the tree.
And the tree has no limbs like the first 10 feet. So I had to go get an extension ladder to get in the tree, and it's dumping rain, and this kid is screaming, and he's soaked, and I'm soaked, and I climbed it, but I got him down.
Excellent.
But I was scared too. I would have been scared, but I got up to the top where he was, and I was kind of like, yeah, this is kind of scary.
Well, the good news is his parents will never ask you to watch him again.
That's true. And that was the goal.
I'm always looking for those outs. Yeah. Safe ways to let my kids' friends' parents know that I'm unfit to watch their kids. Safe ways.
Climb a tree.
Little lapses in judgment, go a long way. What about you, man? Are you afraid of anything?
Sharks and what else?
That's an easy one, man. Everybody afraid of sharks.
I'm afraid of sharks. When I think about them, I get afraid. When I'm swimming in the ocean, every once in a while, I try not to think about it too much. Besides that, I think my fear and my hope are kind of intertwined, because I think on some level the thing I really fear is the world that my children move forth into in the future, and that fear is immediately countered by like some active hope, looking around and saying, okay, there is a lot to be afraid of, and I worry for them because I'm their protector and I love them more than anything. But I immediately counter that with looking around and saying, you know what? It's going to be okay. It is going to be okay. And it just is. No matter what, it's going to be okay.
It is. We don't know what that looks like.
No, we don't know what that looks like, but
it might not look good from an outside perspective, but it will be okay. As you sort of, the farther out you zoom out from it, the easier it is to sort of maintain that perspective, that everything will sort of unfold the way it is supposed to, and that ultimately, whatever okay means, it will be that.
Yeah, it will be. And on a political kind of societal level, you look around and there are a lot of good things in motion. And there's a lot of reaction to a lot of negative things that's inevitably in motion. And I joke about the spring of 2021, but honestly, I think it's going to be a really special time. Lots of live music, maybe, depending on how things work out, right? Positive trajectory on this whole thing we've been dealing with, and the end of like a true winter.
Yeah, the winter of our COVID discontent.
Here it comes. Here it comes.
Yeah, that's kind of what I'm afraid of. All right, so one more question. What brings you guys happiness? What makes you happy?
Family, for sure. Again, just and having this moment to really, you always know that. You're like, oh, you love your family, you love your kids, but to know during this time that they're the ones. I mean, I've hung out with my wife every single day since COVID started, since quarantine, you know, and we just got married. We just got married in July, and we joke that we've had like years worth of marriage in 6 months already.
Yeah, I was gonna ask, how's that working
It's
out
working
over there, buddy?
Great.
Great.
No, it's been great.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's been good. And she has a huge family, and they all live around here, and I've got to spend so much time with them that I wouldn't have got to do if we'd been on the road touring like we normally do. So that's been great. Yeah.
That is great.
Yeah, family and friends, community, music, nature, getting out into it, and really understanding you're a part of something that's really greater and bigger. That brings me a sense of happiness. And I guess that's the thing with community and family and music, for that matter. That's a happy feeling. Yeah, I like bingo, the game. You know,
Sweet.
that always seems to make me happy.
Sweet.
I like getting bingo especially.
Well, that's why you're there.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about starting some kind of an online bingo thing this winter while we're all cooped up inside.
It's happening.
See you there.
People are doing it.
Yeah.
I'm serious.
Well, I was thinking about like there could be like some kind of like musical bingo.
Ah.
Some kind of like you could have like multiple bands, multiple artists playing song, creating some sort of a bingo scenario with music. But probably not. Probably just bingo with beers. Beers and bingos. All right.
Perfect.
So, to wrap this up, you guys play as a duo.
Mm-hmm.
We do.
And explain, it's not just a duo. It's something much more.
Yeah, so Barrett and I, when we're not on the road with the band, have a traditional Italian folk music duo where we play music from Italy, and we've actually been doing it for about 15 years now, or more.
Yeah.
And we love it, and we joke that we'll just always do it. When we started, Barrett wasn't in the band, in the Rangers. Now he's in the Rangers. We have time to rehearse because we're on the bus all the time together, and backstage in dressing rooms, we'll just sit down and play Italian music, and it's been great for our Italian duo for you to join the Rangers.
No doubt. Infinite rehearsal time.
It's true.
Well, why don't you take us to Italy? You know, right now, for those of you who are not cycling fans, the Giro d'Italia, which is the Tour of Italy, is going on.
Oh, cool! Really?
And and I watch it every day. I watch it for about 4 hours every morning, and mostly for the sightseeing, because you know they're doing helicopter shots and they're showing all these ruins and all this stuff, man. And it's really fascinating, especially juxtaposed against like the Tour de France, which is, you know, France, Italy. You know, when you're over here in the United States, they maybe seem like they are similar, but it's incredible how disparate the geography, the history, the ruins, all of that stuff. So I've been soaking up, mostly just watching guys in tight clothes ride bikes around Italy, but I've been soaking up a little bit of the Italy experience, so I'm really looking forward to this. Guys, Barrett Smith and Mike Guggino.
Thanks, Travis.
luccica l'astro d'argento, placida è l'onda, prospero è il vento, con questo zepiro così soave, oh come bello star sulla nave, venite agile barchetta mia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Oh che tardate, bella è la sera, spira una reta fresca e leggera. Oh bella Napoli, oh sol beato, dove sorridere vuoli il creato. Tu sei l'impero dell'armonia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia. Infra la tende, bandi la cena, in una sera così serena, mare si placida, vento si caro, scordava i triboli al marinaro e va gridando con allegria, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia, tu sei l'impero dell'armonia, Santa Lucia, Santa Lucia.
Mille grazie. So Barrett and I discovered this music, like I said, about 15 or so years ago. Well, maybe more like 20 years ago. I remember I was in college and I was just starting to play the mandolin and playing bluegrass, learning Bill Monroe and old-time music and things like that. And my grandfather played the violin, and he was Sicilian. And he was starting to lose his memory toward the end of his life, but he could still remember things on the violin. And he was a classical violin player, not a fiddler. But we were sitting around kind of playing music together one day at the end of his life, and he played this little melody, and it was an Italian mazurka, and I didn't even know what that was or had heard anything like it, but then started doing some research and realized that the mandolin, the instrument I was playing in a very American way, was actually the most Italian instrument there is, and I'm Italian American. My last name is Guggino. My people are from Sicily, and Sicily is really one of the biggest places to hear music like this. And I immediately talked to Barrett about, hey man, we should dive into this music and learn it. And he was into it, and like I said, we've been doing it for almost 20 years. And we'll do one of those mazurkas right now. This is called Chaveglia e Sonno. Thanks. We'll do one more. Probably know this one.
Una mattina mi son svegliato, bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Una mattina mi son svegliato, io ho trovato l'invaso, un partigiano, portami via. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, 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 partigiano, portami via, che io sento di morire. So io muoio, è partigiano. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. So io muoio da partigiano e tu mi devi seppellire. Mi seppellire su montagna. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Mi seppellire su montagna sotto l'ombra di un bel fiore. Le genti che passeranno. Bella ciao, bella ciao, bella ciao, ciao, ciao. Le genti che passeranno mi diranno che bel fiore. Le genti che passeranno mi diranno che bel fiore.
Barrett Smith and Mike Guggino.
Thank you.
I love that, man. That music is so great. All right, we're going to take a short 30-second break for our sponsors, and we will be right back with more music. So hang tight. Wait for it. All right, and we're back. Thank you so much for sticking around and tuning into the Travis Book Happy Hour. I'm here with Mike Guggino, Barrett Smith of Steep Canyon Rangers, not the Steep Canyon Rangers.
That's a good question.
It's widely debated.
Yeah, I noticed that. I was looking around online, and I can't tell if you're just amongst many Steep Canyon Rangers or if you're, in fact, the... I thought I was hiring the Steep Canyon Rangers. Turns out I just got some Steep Canyon Rangers.
That's what we are. We're some Steep Canyon Rangers.
All right, so this is the part of the show where we now play together as though we were a band. And we'll see how this goes.
Been working on your Italian, Travis? No.
Bellissimo?
Bellissimo.
Si, bellis.
No. Would you dance with me, Molly? It's Saturday night, there's a chill in the air. Do you think that you might wanna dance with me, Molly? To an old fiddle tune, playing soft like the wind through Virginia in June. Soft like the wind through Virginia in June. Would you dance with me, Molly? Do you think it'd be wrong if you let down your hair? Let them play us a song. Come and dance with me, Molly. Got nothing to lose but to dance off the sole of your old dancing shoes. Dance off the soles of your old dancing shoes. Would you dance with me, Molly? Ain't I doing this right? You're fine and you're fair, you're a poor boy's delight. You're from North Carolina, you're from Virginia, I see, and the devil would die if you danced one with me. The devil would die if you danced one with me. Would you dance with me, Molly? It's Saturday night, there's a chill in the air. Do you think that you might wanna dance with me, Molly? To an old fiddle tune, playing soft like the wind through Virginia in June. Soft like the wind through Virginia in June. Soft like the wind through Virginia in June. Thank you. That's a song by Benny Galloway. And we call him Burl. And Burl's largely responsible for most of the stuff that's happened to me musically. Burl will be here with our good friend Anders Beck on November 11th. I believe Anders Beck's in a band called Green Sky Bluegrass. I don't know who they are, but I've heard they're great. So I'm really looking forward to having them here.
Man, you know what is a happy thing? You know what makes me so happy?
What's that?
Right now is, man, being on the stage at the Gray Eagle, making music with my friends.
Yeah.
Is it, man. That is it. Here in our hometown, making music with our friends at the Gray Eagle. I mean, I don't know about y'all, but a lot of stuff has gone down in this room for me personally. All right. I just thought about that because I remember Town Mountain and Green Sky playing in here. A little
awesome.
Town Mountain Green Sky co-bill right here on this stage.
Awesome.
Isn't that cool?
I bet that was a blast.
I think we had a really good time.
Usually.
Yeah, I think we did.
Well, you're in town. We were in Town Mountain, so
Yeah, we had
usually
a great
there's
time.
a good time to be had.
Absolutely, yeah.
I mean, anytime you're following Robert Greer around, you're in for some kind of time. That's for sure.
Who got married last weekend?
He did. Can you
Yeah.
believe that?
Yeah, I can. I saw it.
Oh, I guess you could, yeah,
Seen it.
with your own eyes. Well, congratulations, Robert.
I am a pilgrim and a stranger, traveling through this wearisome land. Now I've got a home in that yonder city. Good Lord, now a home that was not made by hand. Well, I'm going down to that river Jordan just to cleanse this weary soul. If I could touch but the hem of his garment, good Lord, now I do believe that I would be made whole. got a mother, sister, and a brother who have all passed on before. Well, I'm determined to go and meet them, good Lord, now over on that other shore. Now over on that other shore.
Playing music with you guys makes me happy too, man. We were so fortunate to have this opportunity. So fortunate that the Gray Eagle continues to make this space available. Yeah, thank you. And we're so fortunate that you all came out tonight and you were responsibly enjoying music and keeping your distance, playing by the rules, and we're all playing the game, and you all are doing a great job of it. Thanks to everyone for listening. So happy to be here with you guys.
Yeah,
Let's play another one. Barrett, will you play us one you made up?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
Love this one.
Yeah, me too.
Well, I guess you may be wondering why I called you today. And it might take a while to get there, but I'll try to explain about the silence in the morning and the harbor and the slipping away. And the look that's in your eyes that made me think I'm not alone today. 'Cause I was thinking now about you back in our better days. You were young, you were free, and you were so far away. And I was always trying to think of just the right thing to say to make you think that you might want me. But I was pushing next to nothing, and my life was a mess. And if you ever really noticed, you were never impressed. But I'd have given half the world if I could watch you undress. And I guess you always knew that, because you always knew to show me just enough to keep me under your thumb. And so I circled all around you like a moon without the light of the sun. Yeah, I was always hurting and I was always so sad, 'cause you were always what I wanted, but I knew I couldn't have you. Remember what you'd say, don't complain, you know your life's not half bad. But you were the way of the world, you were my sweetest sin. You were the light that really might lead me back home again. Until that night that you came over and you told me I was your best friend. 'Cause a friend never lets you feel the world between the sheets and the skin. And she never whispers, baby, come on over, could we do it again? And then she asks you what's the matter. And you don't know where to begin. everyone's sad, 'cause we're always after something that we know we can't have. But somehow this time around I found a way to make it not so bad. I guess I'm finally redefining what it means to be free. These days I'm always on the way to somewhere I'd rather be. Like now I'm singing you this song about how you never gave your love to me. I guess I finally realized your love was something that could just never be. And I was singing about the harbor, but your heart was still in love with the sea. Yeah, I was singing about the harbor, but your heart was still in love with the sea.
It's not, no. I wish it was. Need to record it. Oh, this is kind of like recording it.
Well, yeah, from a legal standpoint, maybe, but it's not like you've made a recording now and you can get compensated for it, or
true.
people can buy it, take
Yeah.
it home, make it their own.
Yeah, I will. I'll record it. And I would love for you two to do that with me. 'Cause
All you gotta do is ask, baby.
Okay,
I got nothing going on.
Cool.
I mean, it's not entirely true, but you know, you get the sentiment.
Yeah,
Yeah, let's do it.
let's do it. Yeah, I'd only played that song by myself ever, really, until yesterday. And then these guys, they make it real beautiful. They do. Sweet, that's all it takes. Basement and some mics. Man, outside of the Grey Eagle, I saw they have a new board that's like this is your favorite Grey Eagle memory, you know? And there are so many. Just now I'm just tripping out on the Grey Eagle and how much I love it. But there were some Gillian Welch and David Rawlings shows, packed shoulder to shoulder, pin drop, hanging on every single smidget of a note. And those were beautiful nights. The Wood Brothers, they had some good nights here. John Paul Jones was here from Led Zeppelin one time. He played with David Rawlings. It was so cool. So many things.
Yeah, we are lucky to have the Grey Eagle here in Asheville. Feeling my way through the darkness, guided by a beating heart. I don't know where the journey will end, but I know where to start. Sailing out too young to understand that I'm caught up in a dream. Life will pass me by if I don't open up my eyes. That's fine by me. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, but I didn't know that I was lost. Wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, but I didn't know that I was lost. I tried carrying the weight of the world, but I only had 2 hands. Hope someday that I can travel the world. I don't have any plans. Wish that I could stay forever this young, not afraid to close my eyes. Life's a game that's made for everyone, and love is the prize. So wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, but I didn't know that I was lost. Wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, but I didn't know that I was lost. Wake me up when it's all over, when I'm wiser and I'm older. All this time I was finding myself, but I didn't know that I was lost. I didn't know that I was lost. I didn't know that I was lost. Didn't know that I was lost. Didn't know that I was lost. Thank you so much. It's been a great show here tonight. Big thanks to the Gray Eagle. Thanks to I Am Asheville. Thank you to our sponsors, our underwriters, and everyone who contributed financially to tonight's show. Thank you to the studio audience. Thanks to John on the sound. Thanks to Barrett and Mike. And thank you, world. Thank you, everything. Everywhere, everyone. Thank you. We so appreciate it. We will leave you with this one.
Hey, big hand for Travis Book. For his beautiful singing and his great musicianship and his indomitable positive spirit.
Hey, thanks, man.
To say to my sisters and my brothers to keep the faith, 'cause when the storm flies and the wind blows, you move on at a steady pace. 'Cause when the battle's fought and the victory is won, we shall all shout together, we have overcome. And then we'll talk to the Father and the Son when we take it to the promised land. Come on now, walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. In this world of trouble, you gotta love one another. Come on and take your fellow man by the hand and try to help him to understand that we'll all be together forever and ever when we take it to the promised land. Our Bible reads, "Shalt not be afraid, the terror by night, nor the arrow that flies by day, nor for the pestilence that wanders in the night, nor for the destruction that awaiteth in the noonday hour." Come on now, walk together, little children, and we don't ever have to worry. In this world of trouble, we gotta love one another. Come on and take your fellow man by the hand, try to help him to understand that we'll all be together forever and ever when we take it to the promised land. Fate's been made up way beyond the blue. So let's do the very best that we can while we're traveling through this land. And then we'll all be together, we'll be shaking a hand when we take it to the promised land. Come on, walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. In this world of trouble, you gotta love one another. Come on and take your fellow man by the hand and try to help him to understand that we'll all be together forever and ever when we take it to the promised land. Come on now, walk together, little children. We don't ever have to worry. In this world of trouble, you gotta love one another. Come on and take your fellow man by the hand and try to help him to understand that we'll all be together forever and ever when we take it to the promised land. That we'll all be together shaking a hand when we take it to the promised land.
Thank you all. Thanks.
Thanks so much.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Let's bring that instrument. Okay, let's bring this in.